Hey YouTube, how you doing? Just sitting out here enjoying another beautiful day on the front porch. Waiting on my parents to get into town. I'm smoking one of my corncob pipes in honor of one of my very quickly becoming one of my favorite presenters on YouTube, Randallpotate. If you haven't checked out his channel yet, I'll have it down below. But he's a really funny guy. You definitely should check him out. He's hilarious. He's hilarious. And smoking in it some CAO, Lane's Dream. Pretty good stuff. And I was on the internet the other day and was reading some of the articles on, stupidest questions asked of people in various professions. And about 10 years ago, I was a park ranger for a summer up in a little town on Lake Erie on an island called Put-in-Bay, Ohio, at Perry's Victory International Peace Memorial. And great place, man. Great place. It's they call it the Key West of the Great Lakes. It's got like 100 bars, and there's this big ass monument there in the middle of the island. Well, that's where I was a park ranger. It's the third tallest monument in the country. It's about 352 feet. It's got an open air observation deck at 317 feet. Just a spectacular place. In fact, on a clear day, you could see buildings in Detroit, Toledo. You could see Cedar Park in Sandusky, Ohio. Big theme park, some of the tallest roller coasters in the world. And you could see Cleveland, Ohio. And a spectacular place to work. Working with the public, especially on an island with so many bars, definitely led, though, to some very hilarious, sometimes very stupid questions from visitors. And I thought I'd share with you the probably the 3 dumbest questions I think that I ever got in while I was a park ranger there on the island. So number 1, I was in the rotunda of the monument down the bottom, and I had a guy come in, and he's looking, he's checking out, and I mean, it's made out of granite blocks, big ionic column. I mean, it is absolutely a stunning feat of engineering, and he's just in awe in the rotunda there. And he comes up to me and he says, "Sir, how many slaves did it take to build the monument?" And not on its face a dumb question if you don't know when the monument was built. So I said, "Sir, the monument was built between 1912 and 1915. And he looks at me again and poses the same question again. "Okay, but how many slaves did it take to build the monument?" So I had to give him a quick history lesson that slavery ended in the 1860s, and that no slaves took part in the building of the monument there on the island. And I still don't think he quite believed me as he walked away. So that's number 1. Number 2 was, again, the very tall monument, third tallest in the country, behind the St. Louis Arch and the Washington Monument. And so I had a lady open air observation deck. She's looking down at the lake, and I think there was a sailboat regatta going on in the harbor that day. So there are hundreds of sailboats all over the harbor. Had races going on. Some were just meandering about in the lake. And I walk up to her, and she's kind of leaning, kind of looking down at the lake, and ask her if she had any questions. And she says, very puzzled, confused look on her face. She says, "Yes, sir. What are all those toy sailboats doing down in the water?" So, so I had to give her a quick physics lesson explaining that we were really high up in the air, and the sailboats were really far below us, and that those were not toy sailboats, but they were full-size sailboats. We were just really high, so they looked really small. And again, I don't think she quite believed me when she left. But what are all those toy sailboats doing in the lake? And then what's got to go down is one of the all-time dumbest questions I've ever been asked. And I don't know if it'll ever be topped. We took visitors up to the observation deck in an elevator. The stairs were closed that summer due to renovations. And took about a minute to go up, minute to come down. And we had a talk on the way up that we gave that ended right when the elevator doors opened. And on the way down, we just took any questions that visitors had after they had been up on the tower. If they had any questions, they could ask them on the way down. So I did my spiel, and I asked the group on the way down if they had any questions. The lady raises her hand, and I recognized her. "Hey, yes, ma'am. What's your question?" And I'm a park ranger. I'm a professional. I have to show a certain level of tact and professionalism, no matter what comes out of that visitor's mouth. And this is the question. These are the words that form out of this lady's lips. She says to me, "Sir, are the islands floating on top of the lake, or are they mountains inside of the lake?" It's inside I'm losing it, and but stoic face. Got to give her a serious answer. I've got to give her a serious answer. And the other visitors, though, had were under no such professional standards. And there's snickers going around. There's 30-some people in this elevator. They're packed side to side, chest to back, and they are snickering, and they're trying to hold it together for this lady too. And so I let her know. I said, ma'am, no, the islands are not floating on top of the lake. And they're not really mountains in the lake. The lake's about probably 30, 40 feet average deep on this side of so they're more like big hills in the lake. And yeah, okay. And what I wanted and what it begged was a sarcastic answer. And what I really wanted to tell her was that yes, ma'am, the island is floating on top of the lake. It's anchored down with these big weights we have at the corners of the island. In fact, after you're done with your visit here at the monument today, why don't you take a walk over to Peach Point, and we have a vendor that does scuba diving tours underneath the island. So check that out with your family. But I resisted. I remained professional. But that definitely has to go down as one of the all-time stupidest questions I've ever been asked or have heard asked of anybody. So anyway, those are mine that I got, and I still remember very vividly, even 10 years later. And I'm very interested to know what are some of the dumbest questions that y'all have been asked, real questions that y'all have been asked on your jobs or different places over the course of your working experience. And be very interested to hear those, because they're, man, funny stuff. But I'm going to sit here, finish this pipe and this bowl, and I'm going to, my mom and dad's coming into town this afternoon from eastern North Carolina. And it'll be fun spending a couple days with him before I have to go back to work. And enjoy the rest of this weekend. Y'all have a good day, YouTube, and look forward to hearing from you. Thanks.